Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Sam and welcome back to another video on Lone Wolf Media. Today we're going to be taking a look at the brand new case that I'm using for my PC and why I love it so much. Stay tuned. Now, when looking at this case overall, you can see a really nice tempered glass window on the side that has a nice pull tab so you can have easy access to the innards. It is secured by really nice strong magnets that keep it in place and don't allow it from opening up on its own. Now, besides that, the window is removable, as can be seen here, and on the inside there's plenty of space for everything you need. If you have a longer than usual graphics card, it will fit and have clearance all throughout. It has two spots for SSDs. In my case, I have a nice spot for this really cool pop figure that goes with the overall theme of the case. And it has beautiful cable management holes. One large one being here, two more here, a few at the top, and down below they come throughout the power supply unit covering. So that allows for a really nice coverage. Besides that, there's also two little slots here along with the SSD ports and one really nice slot here if you have any fans or anything else that needs to be plugged in. Personally, I have 4 fans here, not including the CPU fan, which are RGB and set up with an RGB receiver down below. And I also have 2 really nice LED strips that are all along the top and the side here, giving it a really nice effect, as can be seen later on in the video. Now, taking a look at some other features that this thing has, it has a removable magnetic mesh cover for the top, which feels like it's very nice quality, unlike some other cases I've seen before. It also has a smaller, cheaper mesh cover below the case for the power supply itself. And in the front, there is access to 3 fans, 3 in the front, 2 at the top, 1 in the back, and of course we have the one for the fan, that for the CPU cooler. That is a total of 7 fan clearance, which is insane for a case of this caliber and size. Now, as for the I/O in the front, we have a headphone jack, a microphone jack, 2 regular USB 2.0s, 1 USB 3.0, a reset button, and the power button. Now, taking a look at the back here, we're going to look at the cable management space. Now, I built this computer in about an hour, and I'll be honest, the cable management is not great that I've done. Now, there is plenty of space and options for cable management. As you can see, I didn't do the best job. I'm still waiting for my custom cables to arrive, and when they do, I will probably release a video on them as well. But you can see that there is a nice amount of space down below to shove the cables into from the power supply. Now, personally, I don't recommend this because it will cause a little bit of a heat disturbance in the bottom, but there is an option to install another fan, which is something I plan on doing later on down along the line, just to make sure that this area does stay cool. There is a slot for a hard drive in the center here, as well as one can fit at the top. I know it's a little bit hard to see here, but trust me, there is a slot for that. As you can see with all the various holes here, we have access to cables all throughout, giving us a really nice amount of access to plug in various cables and give it a sleeker look. Now, you don't want the cables to be behind these holes, so you want these to be clear so that it doesn't make it look messy. And so that's one of the things that I went for when building this case. But overall, as you can see, there is a lot of space here for thicker cables. And again, that's something really nice to see in a small case like this. So now let's take a look at the beautiful front side of the computer and see what it's like underneath the panel. To take off the front panel, you're going to first want to open up the side and then pry with your fingers to pull it off. Hopefully you'll be able to do it much more gracefully, and you can see that there are 3 slots for fans here, as well as a lot of space down below for cable management to be placed. And it's very simple to put it back on, making sure not to chop off your fingers. Just slap it back and close the panel, and you're good to go. Now, the final thing we're going to be taking a look at is the back here, and you can see that there is a nice area for the PSU to be screwed in, 4 slots for the graphics card, so if you have a thicker one, or I believe you might be able to do SLI, but don't quote me on that, as well as we have the I/O shield and one more slot for a fan. So overall, there is a really nice amount of space here and a lot of versatility that can be done with a case like this. And when paired with a beautiful LED strip and really nice RGB fans, you get a beauty. Now, as long as you're able to do proper cable management, which as you can see, I don't have the best cable management at the moment, and as long as you're able to get these beautiful LED strips and RGB fans, which will be linked down below, you can build a magnificent PC in a beautifully elegant case. Now, if you do want to have a look similar to mine, the RGB fans will be linked down below, as well as these strips. I can definitely recommend these without a doubt. So this is the controller for the fans. So let's take a look what it looks like without the fans on. There's not much of a difference with the RGB of the fans off, but I do think that it does give a nice effect as a whole. There are plenty of effects that can be seen through here, and if you guys want a more detailed video of these fans, I will be making a video about them in the future. Now, the RGB strip inside of the case is very nice. Personally, I love it. I love the way that it gives a nice hue and brightness within the case itself, giving this room a completely different look. The RGB fans, on the other hand, are not as bright, but still I enjoy them personally, and I can say myself that these LED strips are very, very nice, and if you guys want to pick them up, links will be down below as well. Without them on, there is not much of a glow coming from the fans, so there isn't as much of an effect, but when you have them on paired with these fans, it looks amazing. Now, I'm going to have to say, as a whole, this case here is amazing. It's beautiful, it's sleek, and it has plenty of space for cable management, and as a whole, as I said, it's very versatile. If you guys do want to pick up a case like this, links will be down below. There will also be links for the LED strip that I use in this case, as well as the 4 RGB fans that I use as well. Guys, that pretty much wraps it up. If you guys liked any of the products seen in this video, links will be down below to purchase them. All purchases assist me in the growth of this channel. If you guys want to see any more videos, comment them down below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.